We're now recording. Hi guys, it's Scott and James here from AFT. Just thought we'd do a recorded webinar for you guys, just regarding everything that's happened over the last few days. There's been lots of questions, lots of info flying around. So as you all know, we left. We were running with STT, up until the start of October. Unfortunately, with some disconnection issues, we decided that we needed to leave or to stop using their service, because we had people getting in at different prices, and as I said, disconnection and reconnection on spikes, etc. So we had a conference and we decided that that was not acceptable for us as a service, because it puts customers' accounts at risk. So we made the decision to stop using STT and look for an alternative. So during that time, we approached IC Markets regarding their MAM service, and we were sort of pleasantly surprised when they accepted our application. Just to give you an idea, that's not something they do very often, and you normally need 6 to 12 months worth of live data before they'll even consider it. We'd only got 3 months at that point. So from the various information we'd gotten from them, it sounded like the MAM service was going to be what we needed, would allow us to provide a stable connection, trades, and would allow us to take automatic payments from customers. So we started to proceed down that route, informed all of you guys what we were doing, and we're preparing for that. IC Markets had got some restrictions, £1,000 account balance, GBP account balance to match the master one, amongst some of the other things. And then we finally got our hands on the MAM software, and AFT set about testing the software with our EA. Unfortunately, it became quickly apparent that it was not going to trade or allocate lot sizes and trades to people's accounts in the same way that our customers had been used to on STT. With the way the EA trades in its compound positions that it takes, the EA was not going to be able to allocate lot sizes accordingly to people's accounts.
Basically, what would have happened in that instance is that some accounts that were larger would have made profit, and smaller accounts could have potentially been blown. And obviously, at that point, or before that point, Sam had been doing some sort of extensive research into the MAM account. He raised a few concerns, and he'd indicated that we needed to have a plan B because of the nature of the programming of the EA, and how it operates. So when we left STT, we didn't leave on reckless terms. We dropped them a professional email to say why we had to make the decision we did, and they came back to us, and they were pretty pleasant, to be honest, considering they just lost their biggest customer. And the owner gave us a door to come back if we wanted to. They had also indicated that the scale of our service had been above what they were able to cope with, but they'd never communicated that to us, and we didn't exactly know what they were going to do next, so we pursued other measures. Once we'd made contact with STT, they immediately indicated that they had financed the overhaul of their company on a technical perspective, and that the issue, for the reason why we left in the first place, was was addressed in the technical overhaul. You know, we then said, okay, we'll let's have a conference and see what can be done moving forward. So what we've now done is that we've set up a white label with STT. We're no longer sort of deemed as just a customer to them. They want to move forward with us almost hand in hand, because whatever they do for us is a big step forward for them as a company. They've got very wide range of technical skills within their company, and what they're prepared to do for us will propel not only us forward, but it will propel them forward. So it just makes complete business sense that they are, you know, sort of collaborating with us really. And what's important to us is that not only have we got the EA, which we have to deliver to you guys as a paramount service, we've also got quite a highly complex partner program with lots of different percentages thrown in the mix. And as you can imagine, that data is okay when you've got like 10, 20 partners, but we've currently got around 150, and that number is going to continue to grow. And what we are able to do with STT is that they're going to move them forward, develop our back office on our white label that makes the whole process automated. And that really is such a big efficiency block for auto forex trading. So I know there's been a lot of frustration, and we've had to deal with it as best we can while we're working around the clock to try and get back into business, because ultimately that's what we are. And as much as people grumble, as someone pointed out, they are a customer and they have got a right to say, you know, we're paying for this service. Ultimately, as a business, we weren't prepared to take unnecessary risk, and we had to take the steps that we have. And sometimes you have to take a step back to be able to move forwards. And I think we've done it with very good sort of damage limitation, and we've actually come out sort of in a much better position, and we all feel very sort of like motivated about what's going to happen next, because I think it's better from our point of view, and ultimately for our partners and customers, the whole service is just going to improve. You know, we're going to eliminate a lot of the issues we had before with the sign-up process, which will take a big burden off of our shoulders, especially Scott's. And it will also make it better for partners, which obviously helps the like of sort of myself and a few other guys that are helping us. So although there's been a bit of downtime, it's had the best outcome it could, really, to be honest. And I think Scott's going to be working very close with Phil and Spencer from STT.
Yeah. So you know, obviously, I shall be collaborating with STT quite a lot to help develop, you know, further sort of the services that we offer. One of those is the partner program. Just to give some of you an idea of how that might take shape is, you know, in the future as it gets developed by STT with us, partners will be able to see the people that are signed up under their link. They will also be able to see the payments that are made against, you know, for their customers each month, and the commission that they've earned from those. we're hoping that STT are going to help us develop an automated invoice from those commissions, which will then allow the partner to send us their invoice automatically at the press of a button at the end of each commission period. So after the 8th of each month, you would then be able to send that invoice. The amount of work that saves in the background for AFTs is monumental. You know, and the further development of the partner program inside STT's you know, software and programming will help us give the partners a better service, which in turn allows them to give their customers a better service, and ultimately, you know, our customer base. So yeah, it's very promising. There's going to be a lot going on. Ultimately, the key is that we're going to have a working service again very soon, working in a way that we know, you know, works because it has done before. You know, and STT are you know, working extremely hard and have spent a lot of money upgrading their services and systems to cope with the increased demand, to cope with the increased workload, and the additional sort of services and tweaks that we would like. So yeah, it's going to be back to making money for customers, back to making money for us. You know, back to providing you guys with a platform to, you know, your financial freedom journey that obviously you're all excited about doing. Have you got anything else at all, James? Or
I think just to sort of really appreciate the sort of gratitude that people have shown towards us. I know that some people will find find what we're doing frustrating because everyone just wants to be earning money, which, you know, we're no different. Ultimately, this whole process has probably upset some people more than others. Some of that is completely out of our control, so it's not a choice. We have zero choice in regards to sort of like US and Canadian and some sort of geographically restricted clients. It's not to say that the future there might be other options, but what people have got to remember is that we're a business in our infancy, and what is important for us right now is stability for the next 6 months, 12 months. And although there might be some people that can't use our service, you know, it's a huge world and we just cannot cater for everyone. The market and the systems out there just do not allow it to happen, and regulations. And ultimately, I think that's the biggest stumbling block, and I've said it to Sam quite a few times, is that we know that the EA works, but is there a perfect way of delivering that to everyone? The answer to that is no. And you know, we will strive to try and get there, to try and get to that level. But ultimately, I think that there will be times when there's just some glass ceilings that we can't get above. But you know, hopefully, early part of next week we'll be back up. We've got a lot of people to get set up, so obviously there is only, you know, there's 4 of us that've got to try and load and get you all on the sort of like Noah's Ark, if you want to call it that. So, you know, just the last bit of patience, and then we move forward again. You know, I'd like to thank everyone that's on the partner program for your efforts, and I know that you guys will get rewarded for your efforts. It's the reason why we set up the program. And you know, the people that are kind of taking it into their own and, you know, using it to, you know, create new opportunities for themselves. So you know, in this sort of downtime, I'm sure people have had a good think about the partner program. If you haven't, you know, please, please, please go and read all of the information surrounding the partner program, and you know, basically school yourself. If you don't know the answers, they're all there for you. So let's not put Scott in an early grave. You know, we all have the ability to learn. It just takes time. So dedicate yourself an hour a day or something like that. You know, ultimately, if you need more information, then do come to us, and we can help. But you know, obviously, at this stage, we're also immensely busy. You know, but we will get there, and you know, obviously, we can't keep everyone happy. But that's just the nature of the beast. But again, yeah, I just want to thank everyone for supporting us through this period. You know, most people can see the reasons why we've done it. It's certainly cost us more than it has anyone else. So you know, we are very eager to be back up and running, because I want to start buying double chocolate chip cookies again.
Yeah, always nice to eat chocolate chip cookies. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If anybody's got any questions, pop it on the thread, and we'll do our best to answer them as quick as possible. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.